Hello YouTube! I'm doing something a little bit different today. Welcome to FemShep's Starter Guide for Modern Ken. Some of you may know I picked up Modern Ken as my secondary to Marissa over the fall. I had played him from Iron through Plat 1 when I first bought the game, and then stalled very hard at Plat 1. Ended up picking Marissa and taking her beyond Plat all the way to Master, and now 1700 MR. I went back to Ken this fall, got him up to Master, and am hovering around 1500 MR, though I haven't played as much ranked on him. So, just disclaimer, by no means am I a Ken expert. There's a big difference between a 1500 MR Ken and a 1700 and beyond MR Ken. I have a much broader understanding of Marissa and much more consistent execution and decision making on Marissa comparatively than I do on Ken, despite also having a long way to go with her, of course. So this is not a like how to be 2000 MR with Ken guide. This is a starter pack. This is what I wish someone had given me when I decided to commit to playing this character, particularly because there are so few resources for modern Ken specifically, and he does have some notable differences from classic Ken. So I'm going to start by going through those differences. What does modern Ken lose? Number one, you don't have a raw crouch light punch. Crouch light is always going to give you crouch light kick. You'll still get crouch light punch in chains like this, but just raw, you're always going to get crouch light kick. And this is significant because if you're blocking then and you try to do an interruption, that's a 5 frame. To get a 4 frame, it would have to be your stand light. So it does somewhat impact your combo routes and your interruption routes. It's not the greatest. I understand they wanted to give you access to crouch light kick, but I really wish it were different. It's unfortunate. You also lose crouch medium punch. You will always get crouch medium kick. And that results in certain combo routes, certain hit confirms being different. It's a button that gets used a lot in a lot of situations. So that's something you have to keep in mind you don't have on Modern Ken. You also only have the heavy and overdrive versions of your Dragon Lash and your Fireball special moves. So heavy, OD, and heavy and OD. So you can't do light Fireball Drive Rush, you can't do frame trap setups with light Dragon Lash, you only have heavy and OD versions of those moves, and that's because they share motion inputs with other moves, and you can't have two motion inputs bound, or one motion input bound to two different special moves on Modern because there are no separate punches and kicks. So all this to be said, why would anybody play Modern Ken? Maybe it's just personal preference. I know Modern is a lot more popular, it would seem, in Japan. There's quite a lot of Modern players in Japan, and it seems like quite a reduced amount of salt compared to the West. Or maybe, like me, you have some execution challenges. If you're new to my channel, I have dyspraxia. It's a coordination disorder, a type of neurodivergence, same group of things as ADHD or autism. Basically, my brain sends signals to my muscles out of sync, and it makes complex fine motor things a lot more difficult for me to execute reliably. I took Marissa all the way to Master, starting at Rookie, without being able to do a single motion input, even raw. At this point, the majority of my Marissa gameplay is motion inputs, but I still find it overwhelming and borderline paralytic for my decision making to have to do everything with a motion input. So I play Modern Controls, and if that's you, maybe you also have a type of neurodivergence, maybe you have a physical disability like cerebral palsy. I know a few people that play Modern for that reason. Whatever the case, whether you play Modern out of personal preference or out of the fact that it's functionally an accessibility option for you, I hope if you want to play Modern Ken, whether as a main or like me as your pocket character, you find this helpful. So I'm gonna get right into it. First I gotta turn off Punish Counter, I don't know why that's on. Okay. So, auto combos, starting with light to medium to heavy. This is your light auto combo. That is stand light kick into light Jinrai into the light ender. And this auto combo is important because it is your only access to stand light kick. And this is a really, really good button. It's only 5 frames, it has really long reach, it can punish a lot of things that other characters can't. And it gets very good punishes. For instance, if Bison does scissor kicks at you where he's not spaced out enough and is then negative on block, then you can get a punish like this. Oop. There we go. So you definitely want to have that button as a poke, as a punish tool. This is a really good normal. You don't want to forget you have it. I personally have difficulty getting certain normals to go into manual Jinrai at this point in my Ken development, so it's also helpful that the auto combo goes into light Jinrai for you. And if you want to do an ender other than the auto combos light ender, if you want the overhead ender or the basically combo finisher ender, if you just do the first 2 hits, you continue holding auto and you hit forward plus medium or heavy, you can also get the medium or heavy enders like this. You're not locked into where that auto combo automatically wants to end. So that is worth noting. Moving on to your medium auto combo, which looks like this. This is important for a lot of reasons. Number one, this is your only access to stand medium punch. It is 5 frames just like this. It is an absolutely fantastic button. And if you do both hits, you get the medium punch, heavy punch target combo. If you do 3 hits, you get target combo into command run. And you can change which ender you get here after the run. You don't just have to do where it automatically puts you into the run Dragon Lash side switch. You can do forward special to get run DP. Down special to get run Tatsu. Or go into run step kick with the heavy button, which combos into any super you want on hit. This is basically the core of how to play Ken, I would argue, is that target combo into run. It is really, really important, and you're going to come back to it a lot. The reduced difficulty on executing run into different run enders is, to me, the biggest advantage of playing modern Ken, because I really doubt I would be able to consistently keep up with medium into heavy, into manual run, into manual ender. I mean, I'm just going to try it now. Yeah, I have a lot of execution difficulty with that, so it's really helpful that that is consistent for me on modern controls. Moving on to your heavy auto combo. This thing's a piece of shit. I hate this thing. There's literally no reason to go into OD Jinrai there if you aren't comboing into level 2. You can just do it with regular Jinrai and not spend the meter. However, this button, the first hit of that auto combo, this is your access to stand heavy punch, and this is the God button. This is one of the best normals in the game. So I'm glad we have access to it. I just wish the auto combo wasn't a piece of shit. Okay, so what supers do you have on Ken? Level 1 is Strike Invincible, not Fireball Invincible. It gets you with Side Switch. Works really well as a reversal. Looks like this. Level 2 does not have any invincibility, so you can't use it to, like, bust out of the corner. But it is a great combo tool, as I showed a little bit earlier. And importantly, it has only 6 frame startup, so it can punish in certain situations that other characters can't. Such as DJ's crouch medium kick on block being -6, you can then hit him with this. And finally, level 3. Strike and Fireball invincibility. Great on reversal, it can anti-air, it's a combo tool, this shit does everything. And if you don't get the normal cinematic version, in certain situations you'll get a non-cinematic version in a juggle like this. You can still get extensions off of that, such as heavy DP, or even in some situations, OD Dragon Lash into heavy DP. So don't assume your combo's over, it's probably not. You can still get quite a bit of additional damage off of that. Moving on to your special moves, starting with Fireball. Your Fireball game is a little bit nerfed because you only have heavy Fireball, but you can still do the fundamental thing of poking from longer ranges, being able to bait them into, oh, I want to jump the Fireball, but if you're far enough away, they jump the Fireball, you've already recovered from the Fireball, you hit him with the DP, and knock him out of the air. You know, simple Fireball game. The cool thing about Ken's OD Fireball is that on hit, it does not knock down. And that means that if you read their Fireball, and are able to beat their Fireball with your Fireball, you can get combos like this. So that is really cool. Dragon Lash. Heavy Dragon Lash is +1 on block if they're standing, I believe, +2 on block if they're crouching, maybe it's the reverse. Either way, your bare minimum +1 on block. So in that situation, you can frame trap with lights and confirm that into heavy DP. You can throw them. May or may not be real if you're only +1, but people will often just take that throw. If you think they're gonna tech, you can backdash or jump to try to read that tech and then punish them for guessing that you were gonna throw. Don't overuse it. It's a neutral skip. It loses to DI. It can be perfect parried. It's not the best tool in his kit compared to all of his other stuff, but worth understanding how it works. On hit, on normal hit, you're... Oh, wait. On hit, you're only +3, so you can't actually extend into anything unless you are at least counter hit. Counter hit or punish counter, it goes into your medium auto combo. Yep. Moving on to Jinrai. Jinrai has a light ender, which is the low, medium ender, which is the overhead, and your heavy ender, which is to end a combo where you already know you've hit them. Normally, that's done with light, medium, heavy. If you're doing the modern input version, which is medium Jinrai, then light is back special after the input, medium is down special after the input, and heavy is forward special after the input. This is best off the stand heavy punch from your heavy auto combo because medium Jinrai on block is a true string from this. Those first 2 hits, there is no gap. And that means, unlike usual Jinrai situations, it's safe to DI. If they DI, you can DI back. And it forces them to hold this, and you can then go for the low. If they mash, you will counter hit them there. And you can confirm that counter hit on block into the stand light kick from your light auto combo and either do this, which will not get you a knockdown. There's no way to get a knockdown if you use the light auto combo there because the heavy ender will whiff. Or, better, you can do this into a manual heavy DP. And this is why I will say, I do not think Modern Ken is as approachable a modern character as some others if you really struggle with motion inputs. I had to step up my manual DP game in combos for the first time quite a bit with learning this character. You really need to be able to do manual heavy DP in a lot of combo situations. So if you think you are able to learn some motion inputs, it's a good way to challenge yourself and push your execution forward. If you are someone that for any kind of medical reason cannot do any motion inputs, you're going to have a harder time with this character. But if you can do the light kick into heavy DP, oop. Of course, I get performance anxiety when I'm recording. Excuse me. Come on. Okay. There we go. Then that would be your ender. The counter to that is that they're going to start going for perfect parry on the low. If you think they're going to parry, just don't do the ender and punish counter throw them. Walk forward into throw. The medium version of this will beat them crouching. It loses to jab or delay jab, which also would allow them to block the low. And this you really only want to do on hit confirm. It's not the end of the world though. You're still safe if it doesn't whiff over their heads. You're -3 on block. But I would say if you're going to do something on block, go for the low or the overhead. DP. Ken's one-button DP is a medium DP. I am still not comfortable anti-airing with manual DPs. If you, like me, only really want to anti-air with your one-button DP, then you've got to get used to walking forward and walking back to adjust your spacing before you let it rip, or people are going to bait it by jumping at you from different ranges where it might be better to, for instance, anti-air with heavy DP, and if you're not going to do the heavy DP to get all the way to where he is, you got to walk forward a little bit, which you can do because Ken has a really fast walk speed. You also obviously have your ODDP on your simple inputs, and there are a lot of times in combos where you're going to want to be able to do a light DP or a heavy DP in the combo, which will come up throughout this video. Tatsu is another reason why Ken is not great if you can't do any motion inputs. Tatsu can only be input with a motion input. It's a quarter circle back. That's primarily a combo tool. It can go through fireballs, but I don't really see people do that because it's a huge risk, and why not just win the fireball war with OD fireball? I'm going to talk about it mostly as a combo tool. Lastly, I'm going to go into Ken's command run. Ken's command run input is medium plus heavy. I personally find it very awkward to select a light, medium, or heavy ender after hitting medium and heavy together. So thanks to Hitbox and my new combo extension buttons, I have this bound to one button. It's a macro. And that has made my ability to execute run in combos a lot more reliable. I would definitely recommend having a macro on whatever control scheme you use, whether Hitbox or something else, for executing Ken's run. Off of run, as I showed in the combo earlier, you can do run Tatsu, you can do run DP, you can do run Dragon Lash to side switch, but you also get run heavy is run step kick, which is -4 on block but spaces you out enough to be safe. Run overhead, which is -3 on block so you're safe, or run into stop, which is useful to bait sometimes or in certain combo setups. Notably, the overhead and the step kick, if they hit counter hit or punish counter, will go into your medium auto combo. Alright, so what is Ken's core game plan in this game? For one thing, he's got really good pokes for playing neutral. You have this stand light kick, which is a great poke from a really far range. You have your stand heavy kick, your stand medium kick, your stand heavy punch. Drive rush jab is really excellent on this character to set up a tick throw or shimmy situation. And you have the almighty, and this is what I'm going to go into the most, I can't go into everything, this is a starter pack, your crouch medium kick, which you can buffer drive rush behind, and on hit or on block, you get that drive rush. Now, on hit, that can go into the first hit of your medium auto combo, and you are then plus enough after that to restart the medium auto combo and have 5 MP combo into itself, like this. I dropped it. There we go. If you know that that crouch medium kick is going to hit, you can also go into crouch heavy punch, command run, run stop, and then into your medium auto combo. Which I can finally do thanks to this macro and a lot of labbing over the past few days. I'm really excited about that. If they mash on block after initially blocking the drive rush cancel, the first hit of your medium auto combo will frame trap, and you're then plus 10 on counter hit. So you can go into another one of these, you can even go into your crouch medium kick into Jinrai or something. You got options. More importantly, on block, that obviously is one option. Oh, if they block everything, and you did this, you're only plus 2, so you don't get anything else major, you're not close enough to throw, but you're safe, you're technically plus. See what they do, you know, your mileage may vary. If you do drive rush, crouch medium kick into stand light punch, this leaves you plus 3 in their face. First of all, that's a true string, so they can't mash an ODDP or an invincible reversal in the gap the way they could with something else. But then you're plus 3 in their face, so your strike beats their strike, your throw beats their throw, you can shimmy and get a huge shimmy punish. That's a really good option, and if you establish the tick throw and get them to want to tech there. And if they really just want to block, into throw. Okay. Stand heavy punch. I mentioned earlier that this is the God button. You'll see it is only -2 on block. It is so safe, and it spaces you out so far, and it is a fantastic volleying tool. I mentioned earlier that it true strings with medium Jinrai, so this is something you definitely want to be doing a lot to prevent your Jinrai being unsafe to things like DI. On hit, you get the world off of this button. Technically, on just regular hit, you can do run DP. But, like, you can't really confirm just the one hit. If you're confirming the hit, it's likely counter hit or punish counter. On counter hit, it combos into light kick heavy DP. Oh my god. I literally just had this. Bear with me. There we go. And on punish counter, it combos into crouch medium kick, which can go into Jinrai, or it can actually go into run DP on punish counter. So know your combo options off this button. It's also really easy to make plus as a meaty. Just kind of hit it as they're getting off the ground. There's no frame kill necessary. It's really easy to time. You'll probably be +2, +3 in their face and be able to continue your pressure on their wake up. On punish counter, or also just off of drive rush, also combos into your medium auto combo. But again, could also go into crouch medium kick run DP. Okay. So, Ken's core game plan is about taking people to the corner and abusing them once they get there. And it is not hard to get people to the corner as Ken, because look at the freaking... Oh my god. Look at the freaking corner carry on Run Tatsu. From round start position to already took them to the corner. And if you... I'm just going to give a couple examples of Oki here. I'm not really going to get into Oki for everything in this video, but just as an example of Ken's corner pressure being scary and why you want them in the corner. Double dash forward leaves you +5. So that means this beats buttons. This beats buttons and can hit confirm into DP. Throw beats buttons. And you can start your throw loop situation. Ken has a walk forward throw loop. It's manually timed, but wait, was that? Oh, that's block reversal. So you can establish your throw loop situation immediately. You can also meaty there with frame kill, stand light punch, command run, overhead, like so. Just as one example. So they have to worry about overhead, they have to worry about normals, they have to worry about throw, they have to worry about shimmy. The second you put them in the corner, Ken is just a monster and a bully. So your core game plan is ideally to get something into that run Tatsu ender and just bully them once they're in the corner. I did forget to include in my notes what a good like drive rush check would be for Ken. I do like checking drive rush with the stand medium kick, but if they read that that's your check, it's unsafe to DI, so they might start doing like drive rush into DI. You can also check drive rush if you're fast enough with your crouch medium kick, which again, on hit, gets you the world. You can check drive rush with a jab at really close range. I know crouch medium punch is probably his best drive rush check. We don't have that. Modern Ken players have to make do. So covered that, okay. I think that is probably the gist of what I wanted to say about Ken's game plan. Worth noting, I should have mentioned this in the poke section. If they are blocking everything, most of Ken's stuff is safe, even though it's negative on block, as long as you space it properly. Obviously, this is safe on block all the time, but like this, it's -5, but at this range, what is he going to do about it? -6, but at this range, what is he going to do about it? -5, at that range, what is he going to do about it? So it's important to think about your spacing when you're playing Ken, because his neutral tools are at their best when you are using them at tip range and forcing them to respect all of your options. From here, I want to go into kind of core starter combos for understanding this character. I think generally you need a couple of combos for certain situations to get yourself started playing a character. So I'm going to go through a cash out combo, a DI wall splat combo, a punish counter drive impact combo, a drive reversal punish, a situational thing where if you get a punish counter with stand heavy kick, you get a unique juggle, A single safe jump that I wanted to mention. I think I already went over the importance of lights into heavy DP, so I'll just very briefly revisit that. You really need to be able to do this. Oh my god. There we go. You really need to be able to do your light confirms into heavy DP, so you gotta lab that on this character. I'm not gonna go over it a second time. And lastly, I'm gonna go over a use for the Tatsu that I mentioned earlier. So starting with your cash out combo. This is a very simple cash out combo to get you started. It would look like this. And that is your heavy auto combo into first hit of medium, drive rush cancel, heavy, medium, drive rush cancel, heavy, medium, medium Jinrai, level 3. And it's really easy to execute and does an absolute crap ton of damage. If you hear that noise in the background, that's the cat playing with his Christmas present. It's fine. Okay. Alternatively, I'm going to give kind of slightly more advanced versions of each of these examples. A way to start this on punish counter, as I mentioned, that leaves you plus enough to go into your medium auto combo. If you get a shimmy, you see them with a throw attack, you can go into that cash out combo off this starter as well. Oops. Bear with me. There we go. 52% because they whiffed a throw attack. It's the power of the shimmy, and Ken has so many opportunities to shimmy, it's ridiculous. I am not part of the ministry. I play Ken because he's strong. Even on Modern, where he's missing tools, he's still stupid strong. You will not catch downplay in my house. Okay, so that's cash out combos. What do you do if you get the DI wall splat? Oops. The DI wall splat. My go-to combo for DI wall splat is going to be either stand heavy punch or crouch heavy punch into manual quarter circle forward heavy Jinrai, heavy ender, light DP. Also manual. And that looks like this. It does almost 30%. Really good, reliable combo. The sparkling version of this one is if you want to cash out after wall splatting, you have the meter. You can do OD Jinrai Heavy Ender, OD Jinrai Heavy Ender, OD Jinrai Medium Ender, level 3, manually timed, looks like this. Oop. Bear with me. I think I could have gotten one more hit on that last OD Jinrai, but you get the idea. It does like 50%. It's a great cash out up the wall splat. What if you get, as I accidentally did a moment ago, a punish counter DI? What do you do in this situation? My go-to meterless conversion is crouch heavy punch into quarter circle back light Tatsu, medium DP, which is more damage if you do the DP manually, like this. If you don't end with the DP, you can actually also combo that into level 2. For the sparkling version of this one, you can actually do crouch heavy punch, first hit of heavy Jinrai, OD Dragon Lash, OD Jinrai medium ender into level 2. And that's just cool to watch, so I wanted to include it. Oh wait, wrong super. So that's fun. Drive reversal punish. I gotta set him to drive reversal real quick. Drive reversal is -6 on block. So you can punish with anything 6 frames or faster. That means technically, if it'll burn them out maybe, you can actually punish drive reversal with level 2. think I have to block it first. There we go. But more likely, you're just gonna use good old medium auto combo. You gotta do it fast enough. I'm dropping it, but you get the idea. There we go. So that's drive reversal punishes. Punish, counter, stand, heavy kick. If you get a whiff punish with the baseball bat, they go flying. And if you don't know what to do, you might just be like, eh. And that doesn't even work at a lot of ranges. For one thing, this combos into run DP. Like so. Also, anytime we go into run DP, that could obviously combo into level 3, so you could literally whiff punish like... Better than that, you can go into drive rush, stand, heavy punch, run DP. If you delay the Tatsu, you can do drive rush, stand, heavy punch, run Tatsu for a stupid amount of corner carry. And puts you back into that monstrous Oki situation we discussed earlier. I said I would discuss a safe jump. I'm gonna put us in the corner for that. Your target combo off medium auto combo into first hit of medium Jinrai leaves you plus 42. So it's a safe jump like any other safe jump. You can jump in, if they mash, they get hit, if they reversal, you block it. And, you know, all your usual safe jump mind games. It's a really easy to execute safe jump as compared to, say, Marissa's Fei Link safe jumps requiring you to do a drive rush back heavy into DP motion. Worth having in your arsenal. If they don't back roll and you do this mid-screen, you'll actually get a cross-up off the safe jump, and that can mess with people too if they don't know what it is. I already covered lights into heavy DP, and that just leaves one more combo I wanted to mention. And that is the fact that off of either 2 lights or off of your medium punch, you can do quarter circle back light into DP, just like in the DI punish from earlier. So you could get a combo, say, like... That's another situation where if you needed it for the meter building, you then combo into level 3. You'll get non-cinematic. And I think that is about it for what I wanted to cover in my starter pack for Modern Ken. I really hope this was helpful. 3rd time's the charm. I recorded this 3 times today, guys. I recorded an hour-long version, my first attempt, where I found out the mic was set up wrong and echoey, and I sounded like an evil god. I recorded it again, I went through it in only half an hour, the file got corrupted and was unsalvageable after hours of fighting, and I am now recording it a 3rd time. So what you see is what you get. I really hope this was helpful. I really wanted to provide something back to the community for anybody getting started on modern controls with Ken, because while there are a ton of Ken resources, there are a few that are modern specific besides just talking to somebody. And if you don't have somebody to talk to yet, then you might just want to start with a video like this one. I will also include an invite link to KenCord in the description. I am not a moderator on KenCord, I'm only a moderator on Marissa Cord, but they've been quite helpful to me when I've had questions. Some really cool people in there, and definitely worth joining if you want to seriously play Ken. I think that is about it. If I see any of you at Frosty Faustings in a few weeks in Chicago, please say hi. Please say hi. I always get, at EVO, I was dumbfounded by how many people recognize me from the internet and would be like, I'm so sorry for bothering you. And I'm like, dude, I am living a fever dream right now that you recognize me from the internet. You are not bothering me. You have made my entire day. So by all means, please bother me unless I am literally playing a bracket set, having a, like, mid-conversation with someone else, or you're one of those people that doesn't shower, in which case go back to your room, shower, then say hello to me. Okay? You have one job in majors, and that is deodorant and showers. That counts as one job. It's 2 things, but it's one job. Okay, all this to say, I would love to see any of you offline if you're going to be in Chicago. Please say hi. I really appreciate all the support. Happy New Year. And where normally I would say, when in doubt, Gladius at this point, this is a Ken video. So when in doubt, Jinrai. Have fun. Be well.
Continue holding auto.
As a final addendum, I meant to mention that if you do run DP, sorry, not run DP, run Dragon Lash, that combos into any super you want, like so. That's just level 1 for an example. Or if you want to do meterless, you can do heavy DP there. Medium DP works too, but if you're doing modern medium DP, you're giving up 500 damage. So again, you really want to be able to do DPs and combos on this character, like so. 25%, nothing too shabby. I also wanted to mention that just by itself, this knockdown has the same frame data as the Run Tatsu knockdown. So all of the Oki I went through on that also applies if you just end your combo with Run Dragon Lash and don't do a DP or anything. The last thing I wanted to mention is I talked about the importance of your light into heavy DP conversions. And one of the things that I found the most difficult about this, particularly with Light Kick, is you have to hold auto to get stand Light Kick, and then I just could not for the life of me release auto fast enough to get my motion input into heavy out, and I kept accidentally getting a heavy auto combo. If you just hold auto the whole time and you input your manual DP motion into heavy button, it will not give you an auto combo. You can just continue holding auto so you have one less thing to think about, and the motion input will override the auto, like so. Oop, that was OD. That was OD again. There you go. You can see in the inputs that I'm holding auto that whole time. And I just found that a little bit easier with figuring that out. And okay, now that's actually everything. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all.